Hi guys, my name is Gita Abiola Loyakunle. I want you to be watching Nas TV Africa. They are giving premium content.
Shout out to Nas TV Africa.
Nas TV Africa, in Africa for Africa.
Good day, viewers. My name is Nasir Abdulquadri, still from Nas TV Africa, where we manifest Africa's greatness. Today, I want to speak briefly about the impending protest in Nigeria and all the hula balota that has generated, and the panic, the fear, both at the government angle and the masses angle. Yes, everybody have been talking about the legality of the protest, that is the right of every citizen of Nigeria to protest, and to protest about what seems to be bad governance. It's a deliberate choice of word, seems. Sometimes we are doing reform, and reform is quite hard, maybe a decision that could have been taken for quite some time, and it's not being taken. Then, of course, all the hardship the consequential hardship on the citizen will be seen as bad governance. It is seen as bad governance because people will expect more sensitivity from the side of the government in terms of frugality, in terms of resource management, in terms of sensitivity and the connection and the compassion with people. And one thing about why people call something bad governance is because sometimes most governments think if they are doing a country a favor, if you are very noble in your intention about every decision you are taking, you expect people naturally to understand. But in most cases, look at a child, you are giving injection. Of course, you are giving injection so that it can be well, but the child will protest. The child will cry. Sometimes we have to hold him tight for him to be able to get that injection. And again, what Nigeria deserves at this point in time is emotional intelligence, connection, compassion from their leaders, because it was never their fault that they have been experiencing bad governance in the past, so many years back, and they did not see the people that are in government now different from the people that are becoming. They are not new set of people. They have always been the people, the same politician over time, even though they have been in opposition for quite some time, but it's the same politician as far as Nigerians are concerned. So people expect compassion, not that they will expect magic. They expect connection. They expect government to be going through the hell. They expect a minister to be complaining of how he cannot even fuel his own car. They expect a senior government agent where he's complaining that he has to withdraw his children from overseas to Nigeria school because there's no access to fund. Free fund are not available. But people are not seeing all this. People think that the only person paying the price. That's why the protest is quite impeding. Even those, some of us that are economics, that we call ourselves reformists, we think that government, maybe the decision of removal of subsidy, fine, is a good one, but it's not Nigeria's fault that the removal of that there's a corruption in subsidy regime, because it wasn't our fault that Nigeria could not fix its refinery, and each time they want to talk to us about subsidy, it's always about landing cost. So if Nigeria had fixed its refinery, we will not be talking about landing costs, exporting and importing again. So Nigeria needs a large dose of compassion. Government should be more sensitive. Government should be compassionate. All what they want is that feeling, that empathy, that do you feel me? Do you feel what I'm going to? Because if the fuel from 150 is now 800 naira, that's over 500% increase. When it's not commensurating with their disposable income is even going down. People cannot feed very well. People cannot even send their children to school. Now, by next year, now, the school fees will be increased. So all these things, the government must be deliberate. Even when government is sincere, it must be seen to be sincere. How do you mean? Everybody around the government must wear the austerity clothes. There should be no largesse. I'm sorry to say, this is not even the time to be building. Even if at all we want to build that kind of house for VP, it should be when we start seeing the dividend of all the reform results. It's not now that I'm supposed to be talking about the 15 billion naira that we have spent on a mansion for somebody who hold more than 3-4 mansions before now. Maybe God has really blessed him. So it's not even the time. It could have been so interesting if the Senate had come out to say, no, we don't want any vehicle, not now that we are going through reform. Not to talk of buying it from Japan. So these are the things. Nigeria just want to be saying that, do you feel me? Then if you don't feel me, then let me protest. Now, the other angle of it is that, okay, fine, there are suspicions here and there that it could be hijacked due to experience that we have had about NSAS, the recent one. Yes, it could be hijacked. My advice for the security agency is simple. Please let us be proactive in order to gain balance between the protests and being hijacked. We can be proactive. We can reach out to our Riot Act. For example, the protester can only be guaranteed, the security of the protester can only be guaranteed within the hour of 9 to 2 p.m. Any other protest after 3 p.m. is illegal because we do not have enough personnel to deploy for a whole day to protect the protesters. That's one. Two, instead of 10 days protest, it can be reduced to 3 days. And let it be articulated because it will be very difficult for all the security to be outside protecting the protester for the next 10 days. So these are the things that could be done instead of suppressing their voices. It doesn't suppressing voices, it can be more dangerous than allowing them to protest. So it's not the responsibility of the security outfit to make sure that it's never hijacked and it is done peacefully. And for you, as a Nigerian, as a young person, don't ever allow yourselves to be used for the destruction of this country. Don't ever allow anybody to use you for their own selfish ambition to destroy this nation. Protest is different from criminality. People that have lost their life in the previous protests that have gone in Nigeria, I mean, what's their gain? So, and of what use is for you to protest and lose your soul? So I implore you that protest and go home if you have the mind to do it. If you don't have the mind to do, use prayer in your own room to pray for the people on the street that want to protest. But you don't go there and be used. Don't let anybody push you to use you for their own selfish ambition. But protest, you must protest if you're feeling the pain. Nigeria must protest, must register their displeasure about what they are feeling, because it's never their fault that all this reform did not take place in the past. So if you are doing it now, you should never be seen that you are doing Nigeria a favor. That's what we are telling the government. It should be seen that is their entitlement, is their right to live a good life, because it is their resources that we are talking about here. My name is Nasir Abdulquadri from Nas TV Africa. Don't forget to subscribe to Nas TV Africa on YouTube channel and follow us on our social media handles on Facebook and Instagram. I wish Nigeria the greatest thing that could ever happen to any country. Thank you and God bless you.